All right, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 10 properties today. And so we start off with, I think, 3 of them from either Maple Crossing or Bristol on Main. Sutherland buildings, 4 stories. You kind of walk through this open area here to get to most of the suites in the building. 4th floor has some nice sloped ceilings. So we've got one at Unit 106, 240,000, 1 bedroom plus den. Pretty aggressive price for this building, so I think this will go pretty fast. $270 is the fees. In the newer building here on Bristol on Main, on the south side of Main, we've got a 1+1 here. It's a larger unit, but the fees are even lower than the other one. So being that it's a little bit newer, you do find better value in the fees, although in a couple years it's probably going to catch up. So this one, I think they misquoted the square footage. I think it's 893 square feet, a Hampton model, same as the one that we're going to see in just a second. It's on the 1st floor, which sometimes with the 1st floor, you take a little bit of a hit on value because of that perception of safety. You know, someone could kind of break in, but it's Milton. Like, honestly, I don't think that's a huge concern for people. And in many ways, it can be more convenient getting your furniture in. You're not waiting for the elevator. Even though it's only 4 stories and not a big deal to climb stairs, it can sometimes, I see it as there are some pluses to having, even looking out and seeing a bit of green space right in front of you is a good thing. So that's that one there. But I think this one on 407 definitely kills it. You've got the higher ceilings here. You can see the slope starting at the kitchen, goes up to about 12 feet here. Better finishes, better photos, looks a little bit cleaner, and it's funny because in the description it says absolutely gorgeous, and not taking anything away from this home, but I don't know if I would sort of lump it into that category of absolutely gorgeous. Very solid home, nothing wrong with it, but that might be a little bit of embellishment. I hope that's not taken the wrong way. So Gleave Terrace is $378, back on the market, very aggressively priced. Amesbury or Brennan model, which is 1130 square feet, 2-car parking in the driveway. Plus one in the garage is very handy to have. Doesn't always increase the value of the home, but still a very good thing to have. Carpets, but you've got a good kitchen. You could put hardwood on that main floor probably for about $2,000 or less, depending on if you install it yourself. Bit of fencing on the side, say that's $1,000 there. And then you've got a nice little package. There's nothing directly behind you. You're a little bit close to the tracks. And that's, you know, a lot of times with the venting in these homes, the furnace is even louder than the tracks if you're inside the house. Pettigrew is $439.9. Semi-detached faces Thompson. So you're on a very low traffic street, pretty much local traffic. The way Pettigrew's set up, if you don't live on Pettigrew, you don't usually go on it, but you are facing Thompson Road, so you get the road noise effect. But I would say this is a very street hockey friendly street. It's a good place for the kids to ride their bikes and so on. Green Park built. We start to hear a little bit of squeaks and pops and things like that in these homes. Long narrow front room plus the kitchen in the back. The finished basement is something I don't think they had any shots of the finished basement. It would have been a good thing. They have 10 extra photos that they could put in this one. The appliances look pretty good. It looks like they're pretty brand new because there's still a sticker on the stove. Double door fridge. That island is usually movable, and then there's this massive plant there. The other thing is, if you see the fluorescent lighting, like the curly lights, those don't typically work as well for selling a home. They're more energy efficient. Use them if you want in the house, but that gives off like a bluish green light, and it contrasts with this kind of cabinet color. It actually turns these cabinets a little bit green. It's not a good idea. Replace your light bulbs with the round bulbs. You're going to notice a huge effect, and it's going to bring out your wood and some of your natural tones a lot better. We recommend that probably at least 60-70% of the time. One of the lowest cost, highest return improvements you can do in a house. Alexander's single car garage, $509 is the price, and so I'm not sure if there's actually, it looks like there's 2 different rooms. It looks like you actually have the dining room off to the side, kitchen here, and then you've got a long family room sort of just over here, and 9-foot ceilings. You are on the north side of Alexander, so just be careful in this area. There's a little bit of development planned around it. It looks like it's might even be backing onto, pardon me, James Snow Parkway. So just be careful with that. You're going to get some road noise there for sure. Donnelly is a bungalow, $600,000, bungalow with a loft. The same model has been trying to sell on Ellis. I think there's 2 on Ellis right now. This is a bit of a better location, although it looks like it backs onto Louis St. Laurent. And in that case, you are going to see development south of Louis, but for now, it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of traffic on Louis. Yeah, I don't know. It looks good, but most of the double garage homes are going a little bit closer to the mid fives, maybe up to 560, 570 based on previous sales. Gosford doesn't have any pictures. It's the Mattamy Plan 7, which we've reviewed in past episodes, and we've looked at the floor plans. I would say at least half the buyers that I've ever shown this floor plan to say, hey, I'm not into it. There's a lot of walls on the main floor. There's basically 3 rooms that kind of spoke off of the main kitchen area, and so all of them are kind of separated out. And then you've got 4 bedrooms plus a loft upstairs. You can Google it, Mattamy Plan 7. You should be able to find it. It's somewhere around the 2,400 square feet, a little bit more than that. So anyway, $32,000 on upgrades, granite counter in the kitchen, and then it looks like the yard backs onto some kind of pond. $30,000 is a lot for a lot premium. I would expect the value enhancement on something like this to be in the range of $15,000 to $20,000. The price seems a little bit high for comparable sales, so we'll see. It's hard to tell without pictures. Bell School Line was listed, I think, last year higher, like 1.4, 1.5. It appears to be a much more suitable price here at 1.195. One that we sold last year, and then there's another one on the other side of the street, just north of Spring Ridge Farm, and those ones both have kind of hovered a little bit closer to the 1.2 range. So, it's got some nice features. You're about 2 acres, about 4,000 square feet, and you've got some really nice views here. There's a lot of tree coverage, which interferes a little bit with the views, but it's a great location. It's nice and close to town. I haven't seen the inside though, and when you get to the point where you're really past $1 million, you got to go see this stuff. If it resembles what you're looking for, you got to check it out, because there's a lot that's different. You cannot, even with 20 photos, you can't display the true value and potential of a home once you start getting into this range. 4,000 square feet, 2 acres here, 1.385, kind of like an estate subdivision. And it looks like the improvements look good. This was built probably, most of the subdivision around Amos and stuff like that, it's a little bit older, but this one here, I think on Taylor, was a little bit newer. You got the walkout basement there, 2-story. They did build a lot of bungalows in this area, and then you've got some green space right behind too, so you got a little bit of privacy in the back. You do definitely see the neighbors on both sides. Even the landscaping here is like $50,000 to do stuff like that. So I don't know. The price seems a little bit high to me, but we have seen in this neighborhood, I've been surprised a couple times at the stuff at 1.1, 1.2, and this one looks like a better home than some of those. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call, and glad to help you. We've got the buyer class coming up on September 20th, and we run the tour of homes 7 days a week. You can get all the information just over on that site. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.